Hi there. This is a impromptu unlisted video. This is Monday night, December the 3rd, I believe, and I just got finished doing a jelly plate pick 10 with Lisa at My Eclectic Life, and I will put a link to her video in the description box below. This is not the jelly plate pick 10, but I wanted to show it because this was one of my more recent ones. I have so much fun doing the pick 10s. This was not a jelly plate one, but it was fun to do. So I have a 12 by 14 Gelli Arts jelly plate, and that's what I worked on tonight. Now I'm going to show these in no particular order. They're the order I picked them up in after they dried. There were different prompts, and I've been using my old paints. Some of these paints are really getting old and gunky, and they need to be used. And the colors are not all vivid, but I'm really happy with what came out of them. She had a lot of different prompts. I really liked that. This happened to be the first one. I do like this. The prompt was work on graph paper. I was not prepared for all the different items because a lot of my mark making tools and my little toy box is packed away. But I did have this, and that's what I made these circles with. And I do like how this turned out. I'm happy with it. Another prompt was to work on envelopes. Here are two. I've got some more that turned out better. This prompt was toward the end, and it was to work on map paper with something organic. And the only thing organic that I had at hand was the stencil. But did it come out pretty? Yes, it did. And I had some left on my plate, so I did do one on a coffee filter, which was another prompt. This one, too. I'm liking these. Now, the idea is these papers are going to go in an art journal. And look, I have one of those wooden trucks. I think I got it at Dollar General. It's a wooden truck with the Christmas tree in the back. Look at that. Did that come out? And this was big bubble wrap. This will make a nice page in an art journal. And look at this one. Look at this one. Isn't that fun? I love it. I love it. And here's a brown one. Here again, I'm using up my old paint. This was done on map paper. Look at this one. This has to be my favorite. This was done on music paper, and the prompt was to use a pencil or a pencil eraser. And I used my wooden shape as a stamp, and I used the music paper. So I kind of combined some prompts there, but it came out great, didn't it? Here is using the pencil eraser again on music paper. You can see where I did the dots, and then I just drew some lines in there. I do like this one. I like this one a lot. Here I'm using this plastic shape again. This was toward the beginning. Like I said, I pulled these in the order that they dried, I think. As I picked up all the papers, oh my goodness, it was a mess in here. I have to clean up. It takes me an hour to clean up. I like this one. It's very subtle, but it came out nice. Here was one to print on a paper bag. The only paper bags that I have were what with Aunt Beck's lunch bag project, so I grabbed one of those. Here's one of those on parchment paper. I did have parchment paper, so I grabbed it. I don't work on parchment paper much, but yeah, I'm happy. And I noticed that it did a lot of dendritic texture in here. Yeah, how fun is that? This one was to use 3 different stamping tools or 3 different tools. I used my fine line paint applicator. I used this tool. I sprayed some of my only spray that I have out, which is this ink spray by Delusions, but it didn't spray, so I dabbed it on there, and of course it blobbed. But that's okay. And then I took a piece of packaging cardboard and just drew lines through it. That's okay. I think I like this side better. Here are the coffee filters again. Not too bad on them. I think I like this one. The light kind of flashes them out, but I do like it. And I really like this one. Look at that. Coffee filters. Here's one of those envelopes. Turned out great. This was one of the first ones with the graph paper. How cool is that? These envelopes turned out nice. And I even got the inside flap on it. Yeah. So Lisa, I don't know if you realized it, but I was busy working away. She says, is everybody ready? And I got my hands full and I can't touch the screen to type. So I just say to myself, go without me. And she goes without me. And I just keep working. I don't have all the tools that she had. So I just kind of played on my own, and I'm really glad I did. This one kind of tore. The paper kind of stuck to the plate, but I kind of like it. Looks like it's in a white snowstorm there, going through the white blizzard. And this one turned out nice. Here's that bubble wrap again. This was with the scrap paper prompt. This was an old piece of scrap paper, but one of the prompts was to use a flip-flop, and this was from another jelly plate session that I had, but these are flip-flops, so I guess I can count that. And this was the big bubble wrap. And here's sort of this truck on the music paper again. I had too much paint on here, but I went ahead and pulled it. This one was fun. This was a process where you put paint down, put the stencil down, and then you use a thin paper like parchment paper and pulled the inner portion of the stencil, and that's what I did there. This is just the back. I think I wiped off on here. And then I used a tan for this, but this was my second color here. So the blue was the first layer, and I used a tan because I need to use up this paint. But I'm happy with how that turned out. Here's another ghost print in that same process on parchment paper. This is pretty. I like that in there. Here again with the pencil eraser. I think this turned out really nice. And this was my wipe off. I had those trucks going every which way, but I like that. This is watercolor paper. Now oh, here's that wooden shape. I got it at the Dollar Tree. It was sitting on a piece of wood, standing on it like this, upright, or a piece of wood here. And I just took it off. See, there's the little piece there where it sits into that wood stand. Isn't that cool? I do like that. And then these were just all my wipe-offs and not so successful. This one isn't too bad. And this was on parchment paper, but here again, I was cleaning off the plate, and I'll probably use this second sheets maybe on another jelly plate session. One prompt was to print on newspaper. That's not too bad. Here again, I'm not sure I like the color choices, but I'm using up all that old paint. Here's some more on music. Loving that. And these are some more of those pulling from the inner part of that stencil. Here's the white one. You can't see it very well, but it's in there. So, that was the jelly plate session. I had them all stacked up nice and neat. Now I have to stack them up again. But I wanted to show them to you. I'm really happy with how these turned out. It was fun. It was fun to do a Pick 10 jelly plate prompt session. I'd do it again. I don't know if I'd want to do it Monday night because it takes me an hour. It takes me an entire hour to straighten up enough things to walk through this room. But I'm there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in my early morning live session. Bye for now.